What's going on, Jeromes? So when I'm doing videos or when I'm doing the very little prep work we do for videos, I'll have a movie on sometimes, but I have the problem of I only put on movies that I've seen before, so I don't really have to pay attention, but then I just start paying attention. Right now, Sicario 2 is on. It's a good movie, man. Both Sicarios. Anyways, but it's Thursday. Beautiful day. Birds are chirping and stuff. It's time for another Vikings news dump. So, some good injury news. Alec Lucy Athletic Go. Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell said, barring any setbacks as well, the hope is to have kicker Will Rackard as well as long snapper Andrew DePaula on Sunday. Both of them practice in full, and they're both still in their 21-day return to practice window. Jake McQuaid did a fantastic job. Long snapping has already been waived. John Parker Roma probably going to be cut before Sunday as well, and Romo is going to be picked up really quick. I think he's proven that he is an NFL caliber kicker and definitely deserves to be out there. Also, some good health news is Josh Oliver returned to practice in full on Wednesday. He's missed the last 2 games with wrist/ankle and have an 8-4 back. Yes, blah, 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 retire 84. But if we keep retiring these numbers, like we're supposed to retire 84, 93, and 22, we're going to run out of numbers. That's how it goes, man. But Josh Oliver back definitely brings an edge of physicality, especially to the run game. Also, he's been adept as a receiver as well. So it is all looking good for Sunday. Also looking good for the month of December, annual holiday fundraiser. Every dollar donated to the show will go to Salvation Army Twin Cities as well as Toys for Tots. All the super chats during like the halftime and the post-game show as well as Venmo's Cash Apps this month will go to those charities or donate directly. Links are in the description. And thank you for making this awesome. This is our 3rd annual one, and you guys crushed it for the food shelf in November as well. And it just feels good to pay it forward this time of year. 'Tis the season. There you go. Next. So, yes, the storyline of Kirk Cousins returned to US Bank Stadium on Sunday. Apparently, they're not going to have like a tribute video, which, I don't know. Why would you? We didn't have one for Daniil. Anyways, but Kirk Cousins returning. Had some 2 solid seasons with Kevin O'Connell, but now, and best part of breaking up, finding someone else you can't get enough of. That's right, the spicy ginger plus a 21-year-old blonde. And Kurt, Kurt had some solid games to start off with the Falcons. The Eagles comeback win, the overtime thriller against the Bucs early on, but sort of stagnated as of late, capped by his 4-interception performance against the Chargers last Sunday in the 4-point loss. And Darnold is playing the best ball of his career, playing like a Pro Bowler. Kind of love to see that, man. Also, Ben Gessling of the Strib, I guess, is hanging out with Kirk Cousins all week, trying to get that story from that angle. Gessling tweeted out, Cousins also had a pretty good riff when I asked him about staying in touch with Kevin O'Connell. I don't even know the rules nowadays with tampering, right? Which just chaps my ass, right? So, he doesn't know the rules of tampering, just like he didn't in free agency, where the Falcons training staff and PR team was contacted by Kurt, and they had a communication before the start of the new league year. But that's magically not tampering because the Falcons CEO is head of the competition committee. Come on, sheeple, wake up. All right, but anyways, he said, I have friends in the league on other teams. I don't know if friendships are allowed in it or not. Also, the NFL stands for the No Friendship League. So, Kurt, you are in violation, and the Vikings will get the Falcons' next 3 first-round picks. But yeah, I do try to relate to people around the league legally. If it's illegal to text your friend, I'm sorry. But yes, I do try to keep in touch with a lot of people there, and Kevin is certainly one of them. So, you know why they're Texans. Hey, buddy. I know that Darnold's doing well, but do you still think about me? Oh, man. So it was the right decision to move on from Kurt. And the Vikings taking those void year dead cap hits on the chin. Kurt got a bag. Falcons fans are not happy, by the way. I was actually thinking about doing up a video of just reading off Falcons fans' social media posts about Kurt. I mean, it's pretty good. Not gonna lie, but we'll see Kurt on Sunday. I have no ill will towards him at all, but I do expect the Vikings to sack his immobile ass 9 times and also get 4 or 5 picks, including a couple pick sixes. That first Kirk Cousins pick 6 is just gonna be a baby. Also, baby. Stephon Gilmore's played fantastic this season, even though the veteran getting up there in age, but did have a hamstring ding on Sunday against the Cardinals. Missed some time. Fabian Moreau filled in nicely. Alec Lewis again. Vikings head coach Kevin Cousins said cornerback Stephon Gilmore, I believe that's Mr. Gilmore's, might not get a ton of work today on Wednesday. Didn't want to project forward, but says Gilmore could get some work later in the week, and he was a DNP practice on Wednesday, but we'll see what happens there. But could be time for Dwight Nudie-McLaughlin. In his presser, O'Connell said this on Wednesday about Nudie. His opportunities are coming. It could be this week if he gets his op. We know he's going to be ready, and pretty much jives what Flores said as well, that the Vikings are looking at Dwight McLaughlin, could get his opportunity here very soon. Moreau will also be in the mix. Also, the Vikings signed free agent cornerback Kelvin Joseph, a former second-round pick out of Kentucky. He's a physical freak. Signed him to the practice squad as depth, as well as some special teams prowess. So overall, I mean, the Vikings cornerback room been run by a lot of vets, with Gilly, Griffin, and Murph. Moreau stepping in, had some pluses, had some, and I've sort of rethought the deep play action DPI, where he was going to score a touchdown if Moreau didn't interfere. So just take the penalty, take your chances inside the 5, and just go from there. So but Nudie, God, how great would it be if McLaughlin pans out and Mekhi Blackman comes back from his ACL and is good to go as well? So you got 2 great outside corners in Dwight and Mekhi, and then maybe bring back Murph in the slot, maybe bring back Shaq or someone. Be good to go, man. I actually love that. Also, speaking of love, so the Vikings and the Texans had an interesting offseason. So the Vikings signed former Texans Jonathan Grenard and Blake Cashman outside. How about that? Also, Gilly was a Texan last year for a part of the season. But then conversely, the Texans brought back the pride of Katy, Texas, Danielle Hunter, with a massive contract. And basically, it's the de facto trade has been a win-win for both sides. So PFF put this out. Most sacks among duos this season. Danielle Hunter, as well as second-year star Will Anderson Jr., 19.5. Jonathan Grenard and Andrew Van Ginkel, AVG, both of them Defensive Player of the Year candidates, also have 19. So they're good to go there. And, I will love Danielle forever. And he had a career season last year, 15.5 sacks. But Grenard is just different, and he's really good in this Flores scheme. Andrew Van Ginkel is a difference maker every single game. So it's a spot where I think both sides are extremely happy with how things turned out. Yeah. Also pretty happy with the way that Kevin O'Connell has proven that he is indeed the quarterback whisperer. And Louis Riddick, ESPN, who could be up for some GM jobs. Maybe. He agrees. O'Connell coaching the quarterback position better than anyone in the league in 2024. Hashtag facts. Hashtag Skull. He's absolutely right. Where, name me another coach who has done more with what he's been given. You look at Darnold. You look at what he's going to do with J.J. McCarthy, which is going to be great. You look at what he did with Kirk Cousins, won a Super Bowl at Stafford, and also just the gong show last year of the Passionate and Jaron Hall. His second drive against the Falcons, not the first half against Green Bay. And also Nick Mullins out here just Jameis Winstoning, tossing the pill like 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. That's a Nick Mullins game right there, baby. All right, but and also we've. I know that people are going to say this is glazing. Like, what do you expect? This is a fan team channel. Yeah, but it's something we repeated a bunch. But Kevin O'Connell got the Vikings at 10-2. Right, the Vikings were projected to have an over/under win total of 6.5. They are in rebuilding phase, taking on $60 million in dead cap this year. They moved on from Kurt. They moved on from Daniil. They had their highest drafted quarterback team history out for the season. Kyrie Jackson, rest in power, tragically passed away. I mean, that's a lot of... It takes a lot of leadership and fortitude to hold the team together through a tragedy like that. And this is true. Also, Sling and Sam Darnold, formerly a bust with the Jets number 3 overall, having a career year and looking to get paid. Darnold right now is looking like an all-pro. I'm legitimately serious over the last 3 weeks. Jefferson second in receiving yards, despite being doubled and tripled every single play. Also, the Vikings offense overcoming injuries to Christian Darrisaw. The defense overcoming injuries through various times. Pace has been dinged up. Cashman missed a couple games where the Vikings could have won. Mekhi Blackman early in the season. Also, you look at Will Reichard and Andrew DePaulo on the same freaking week, right? And they've overcome injuries. They're 7-1 in one-score games, so they're finding ways to win. It's Coach of the Year, man. It's absolutely Coach of the Year. Like, I know that Dan Campbell, blah, blah, blah. I know that stupid ass Sean Payton, blah, blah, blah. But no, Kevin O'Connell is your Coach of the Year, rightfully so. Hell, if and when the Vikings win the North and get the 1 seed, I mean, it's no contest. Absolutely none. So there you go. And speaking of which, hey, I'm glad that the NFL on Fox finally put us on the graphic. Right? I'm surprised that they didn't put us with the others group, though. I'm surprised that they didn't go Lions, Eagles, Packers. Oh, my. Speaking of Packers, I'm not rooting for the Packers to win tonight, but just please one time, Lions lose. Just give us a freaking chance. Give us a little bit of freaking help here, man. That's all I'm saying. That's right. Anyways, your thoughts on our thoughts. Vikings news dump on this beautiful, wonderful Thursday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol. Production value.